Hi everyone, this is Glenda Thompson. I'm with a company called Get You Noticed, and I'm extremely happy to be here today representing the North Coast Coffee Club. And we've just had the most incredible talk at the Coffee Club at Tasso's. Our guest speaker was Vinesh Maharaj, who is an absolute expert on sales and sales training. He's also a motivational speaker. And Vinesh, I just want to say congratulations. You had the audience absolutely wired up. It was fantastic. So well done. That was an incredible talk.
Thank you, Glenda. It was. And thank you to the hosts. The fact that they would think about empowering their network with this sales motivation right now. The world is a dark place for many reasons. Economics are different for different people. Reality is different. But what they did was bring together 100 or so entrepreneurs, stunning that they could fill the room, great bunch of people, good energy, and everybody just trying to do a little better in life. And that was very positive and powerful. And I feel that the more people surround themselves with like-minded people who want to do better, who want to acquire skills, who want to perform in life, the better for the world. You know, it's so easy to spread negativity. It's so easy, to poison people with bad ideas and thoughts and words, but to spread something positive like today, that everybody can prosper, even in this economy, was a gift. And so thank you for organizing it, putting it together, because without you, I would not have been here. So thank you.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure. And I just saw the energy in that room. I mean, to start off with you giving that motivation and having everybody up standing and, shouting and clapping, and you got them from, I know Belito people well, and they can be quite somber at times. I don't know if it's because of the heat, but nobody was somber. By the time they left, everybody was absolutely energized to the nth degree, so it was fantastic. But Vinesh, you've come all the way down from Joburg. So excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what you do and how your business works. Tell us a bit about Vinesh Maharaj.
Thank you, Glenda. That's a great question. So firstly, I would say I'm a conference speaker, and conferences need to energize, inspire, motivate, and educate the company delegates, whether they're insurance, banking. The truth is, business isn't business for profit. And to make profit, you need to always inspire your people, because the people are the heartbeat of the business. So they need to be inspired, motivated, even educated in sales and other things. And this is why conferences play such an important role in a business. It's not just about the shareholders who take home the money, but it's about investing in the people who do the work. And those people, and sales particularly, can be dog work for a lot of people. When I say dog work, hard grind, difficult, rejection, negativity, long months of no income, and then suddenly, boom, they hit a home run. So how do you keep somebody going through all of that so that they stick the journey and get the results? So it's such an important thing to invest in conferencing to uplift your people. So that's one part of the business. And I'm blessed and grateful, to have many bookings in a year with various organizations. And thank God for that. And also the ones that you book for me. So deeply, deeply grateful and appreciative. The second leg of the business is training. How do we... Because conference is 1 hour. You get them excited, you get them believing, but it's not sustainable. You can't go to the gym once and get a six-pack.
No.
You have to follow it up. So training is about, how do I acquire the skills that will get me in front of more customers, that will help me overcome more objections, pitch and close more deals. And through all of this, number one, training my mindset that I'm always in a positive, happy, inspired, driven, focused mindset that is goal-oriented. In life, there's only two types of people, I call it: problem people and people with problems. Problem people have problems 365, 24/7 ad infinitum. They're just problem people. No matter what you do for them, they are always going to be problem people. But there are sometimes people with problems.
Yes.
Life happens to the best of us. You lose a mate, a partner. You get divorced. You get ill. You go through life, and life beats you up a little bit. And how do we raise these people so that while they're going through life, they can still sell and perform? So get their mindsets right, that they live in a world of possibility and prosperity. And I think that for too many people, and especially the poor and the middle class, lower middle class people have this doom's gloom about success, wealth, and money. And I've come from that background, and my message to these people is that if you acquire the right skills, mindset, and skill set, you're able to do anything and achieve anything. But together they come. You can't have the best mindset and no work ethic. Or you can have the great work ethic but no mindset to support it. So all you do is bang your head against a rock, and you're going to tell me sales doesn't work because you're just banging your head on the rock. But if you have the mindset and the skills to go with it, you'd prosper. So my message is that, number one, we can all change our circumstances, whether you're middle class, whether you're rich, whether you're super rich. Secondly, that if you acquire the skills in training, they say this beautiful quote, I'd rather bleed in preparation than to die in battle.
Right, yeah.
Bleed in preparation, bleed in skills development, bleed in I'd rather have a difficult time in the training room and go win on the field.
Yeah.
Whether that's the Springboks or the Proteas or your favorite football team, they practice 3, 4, 5 days a week to go play 1 day a week. Usain Bolt, the beautiful quote, they say, I've trained for 4 years to run one Olympics final in under 9 seconds. In theory, 4 years for 9 seconds.
Yeah.
I traded 4 years for 9 seconds.
For 9 seconds.
So training is such an important part, is an integral part. And this is why if you remember, we had skills training schools where people would learn plumbing, electrical, woodwork, they acquire skills. And when you have skills, now you can put bread on the table. So that's a great start. But do you just want bread? Maybe you want pasta and some fish and some, I don't know, some meat and some cheese and some wine. So the more skills you have, the higher you're paid, because people believe that hard work will get you there. But look at the laborers who are laying bricks for 150 Rand a day. They're working incredibly hard, all types of weather, rain, wind, or shine, and they only make 150 bucks a day. But CEOs are paid probably 10,000 Rand an hour for thinking work, for strategy, for execution, implementation. Yeah. So on the one side, we do conference speaking. On the other side, we do training. The objective of training is to sharpen the axe. Because if the sharp axe, I can take down the enemy, I can take down the customer, I can take down the deal. A blunt axe, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. So you can make, this is something that's always interested me, because I think, I was very against being a salesperson until I was thrown into a situation where I had to be a salesperson. And what I found once I got into it was I absolutely loved it. Can you turn somebody who is not really sales orientated, is there such a word as sales orientated, into a top class salesperson? Can you do that?
Ma'am, absolutely. Done it many, many times. You see the difference for some people. There are two types of people here, right? Those who are forced, you were forced by life or circumstance. Somebody else is forced because they chose to make the decision that I'm going to become great at this thing. And here's the problem. Most people are in the former group than in the latter group. The former group is sales is an accidental career. Mm-hmm. I got here by accident. I didn't plan to be a real estate salesperson. I didn't plan to sell cars. I didn't plan to sell insurance. No 5-year-old says, when I grow up, I'm going to sell insurance. It's not true.
No.
So why is that? Because people don't like being sold to.
No.
Because the salespeople are not professional. So that whether you buy from me or not, you should feel better because you dealt with me.
Right.
That's the professional versus the amateur.
Yeah, you should remember the person who trained you,
correct,
who
sold to you or pitched to you.
Sold you. That's fantastic. Now, just getting on from you, because you come down from Joburg, fantastic. And you're coming down again on the 15th of April. Tell us a little bit more about why that is. And I know that we had an incredibly brilliant sales conference. It was sales and marketing and branding towards the end of last year. This one's going to be slightly different.
Right.
Could you tell us a little bit about
Absolutely. 15th of April, this is, if you've got a diary nearby, check if you're free. You want to make this investment. I'll tell you why. When last did you invest in your business? We ask our customers to invest in our businesses by buying our products. As a business owner and as a salesperson, when last did you invest in your skills? So here's a funny thing, Glenda. South Africans love golf. And when you go to the golf shop, they spend 20 to 100,000, 150,000 Rand worth of clubs and gear I kid you not. But they are amateurs, but they want to look like professionals.
Absolutely.
So they wear all the brands, but they can't get on a scratch card, right? So they present as professional. Similarly, salespeople are untrained, and they have a career with a business card that says sales. Would you go to a cardiac surgeon who's untrained? Why would you buy from a salesperson who's untrained?
Yeah.
The untrained salesperson may sell you the wrong product at the wrong price to fix the wrong problem, and may just sell for commission because he's inspired by his personal needs. Right. A professional salesperson has a set of skills of communication, understanding the client's needs, fulfilling those needs in a way that the client appreciates it, acknowledges it, values it. Because now I'm creating a lifetime client.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a wham bam, thank you ma'am, take your money and run, because that would be disingenuous, it would be dishonest. So I want to solve a problem for you on the 15th of April at the AHA Gateway Hotel, and I'd like to show you the 7 steps that will help you double your income in the next 90 days. Now, when I say double your income, some people laugh and they think, oh, that's not possible. And I always ask this question: are there other people in your industry who's earning double of what you're earning? And the answer invariably always is yes. Then the $1 million question is, why not you? And to me, the answer is the space between the real estate between your ears, the space between your ears, the most valuable real estate, either does not have the right data or the right information, or the foundation of your beliefs are wrong. So if you could spend a day with me, we can turn around some of those beliefs, give you some powerful skills that converts into revenue, appointments, referrals, new business. Why would you not want to make that investment? If think about this for a second. I'm not selling you sales training. I'm selling you a life skill. It's a prerequisite for life. Everything is a sale. Whether it's your next promotion or your next job, you're going to have to sell yourself for that interview. Whether it's a telephone call or face-to-face, you're going to have to sell your product or service. When somebody walks into your door, internal sales. If your people are not inspired, motivated, smile, meet and greet, and conduct a needs analysis quickly, the customer walks around, gets bored and leaves and goes elsewhere and buys from your competitor because you did not engage them to pitch and close them. So make yourself available, make the investment. Your dreams are worth it, because we're not selling sales training. What we're selling is prosperity. Sales is 100%. Sales is a way to write your own paycheck, and that is so incredible. Then I have a matric certificate. I'm not special by any means or circumstances, but I made an investment, study, learn, read, attend conferences, go on speaking courses, read books. All these things have made me a better human and a better salesperson and a better professional. And guess what? People have increased their spend with me and their frequency of spend. Why? Because I have something valuable to trade, valuable for your life, whether it's your kids needing the best private school, whether it's you retiring peacefully in Belito, or whether it is visiting your kids overseas every quarter or every year, or whether it's knowing that if and when you get ill, you can go to the best 5-star healthcare facility in your area. Nobody needs to live with indignity. And money creates some dignity, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, just interesting that you talk about all of those things, because when you put it into real words, I just remember the people that you did train at that conference, the ones that have come back for more training, and how they have they've been so enthusiastic. It has really helped them with their businesses. I mean, you've also trained the Hirsch sales staff over the last 2 years. And over the last 2 years, Hirsch has had the best years ever.
Incredible.
And that has got to have something to do with your training.
Right.
And obviously the feedback that they've given has been fantastic. So I think that everybody out there needs to have a look at their diaries right now, and anyone interested in sales training. And I should think just about everybody who's in business should have a good sales team. Yeah. And you're going to make them even better.
Absolutely. So, that's my mandate, and you're helping me fulfill that. You know, I had this dream, it was 10 years ago, and the dream was, how do I make every single salesperson I train a millionaire? That is the dream. How do I take you from 200,000 or 300,000 and you write R1 million worth of commission in a year? That for me would be like When I die, God will say, Vinesh, fast pass to heaven. Thank you for your services. Thank you for, and all the angels will say, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
It's fantastic. And you've also got a really good motivational pitch. You know, I see you with people who perhaps it's not so much sales, it's someone who's depressed or in a bad state. And I think you pick that up quite quickly, especially, you know, watching you today with some of the people at the event. Everybody was really enthusiastic, but there are a few people that perhaps need a bit of a lift,
right.
and you manage to give them that. So it's the motivational side of things as well that you
absolutely
manage to get out there. Yeah.
You see, what happens is that I have this theory that you can't sit by the fire and not get warm. You can't sit in the ice and not get cool. You know, it's going to happen. So I'm bringing the fire. I'm bringing the game to you, and I'm going to raise you from where you are. Like I started when I got there, they were all like, "It's so hot. I'm so bothered. I'm so tired. Hey, get up from your chairs. Let's have some fun."
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're going to have fun. So I raise their energy and raise their state. They don't know what's happening, but they leave there feeling better. So this person's who are down and challenged, and so they lose themselves because life happens. But by being associated with us and what we do, we'll uplift them automatically. It's a byproduct of the process.
100%. Yeah, and I just think that, you know, there's not enough emphasis put on sales, and there's not enough emphasis put on sales training, just getting back to that side of things. And it's just amazing that you are a sales trainer. You're here in Ballito. We need to bring you back more often because this place is growing like an absolute mushroom. I mean, it's doing incredibly well. And there's so many new businesses out there that need to have a Vinesh Maharaj telling them how to improve their sales. And I think that's something that you have worked on as new businesses, haven't you?
Yes, we've done lots of work in the new business space, and we've done incredibly well with them, doubling income, tripling income in some cases. The irony, and as you started off, Glenda, is that there's not enough of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Vinesh. You go find your guy. It doesn't have to be me. Preferably, I want to be your guy. But if it's not your guy, if I'm not your guy, that's okay. But make the investment in your people. They're just human.
Yeah. And
human beings go through life. You know, like I said, divorce, death, disability, illness, depression so topical today. I said earlier that South Africa has one of the highest male suicide rates in the world. Can you believe it? Because men are depressed. But imagine if you could bring in some inspiration, motivation, some training, some skills. You held somebody's hand until they could walk, and when they were walking, they started running by your support. You become, from the trainer, you become the cheerleader.
100%.
And suddenly they start prospering again. So I wish that more people would not lip service. Still in corporate, there's this lip service that goes, our people are our greatest asset. If that was so, show me the money. Show me the investment you make in your people.
Yeah.
Because they make the machine turn. You know, all that automation, all that AI, it doesn't do nothing without the people. So we need people, and especially in sales and marketing and helping people. So on the one side, we have incredible success where businesses follow through and implement the systems. And on the other side, not enough businesses are doing this. So if you're a business owner, you know, I say it tongue in cheek, don't be selfish. Be selfless. Make the investment in your people, and the rewards will multiply. And I've seen it in my own life.
Yeah.
I've invested in a course when I had no money. That course just opened a door for me. I met somebody at the training. They said, I need somebody. Can you send me a quote and proposal? So I spent 13,000 Rand, Dr. John DeMartini in 2013. I met somebody at the same event. I said, I'm a sales trainer. And I had no work. I put that 13,000 Rand on my credit card 13 years ago. It was 2013. Is that 13 years ago? Yeah, 2013. I swiped my credit card for 13 or 12,000, 12,999. My last cash flow, and I thought, geez, what am I going to do? Because I just started 2 years prior. And by that small investment, I met somebody in the room who gave me an opportunity, and I sent them an invoice for tens of thousands over the next couple of months. So the byproduct of investment is that it'll always, you cannot sow without reaping. You know, you can't harvest something you haven't sown. Otherwise, we'd all be in government, right?
Yeah.
But we're not in government. So we throw the seeds, We nurture, we fertilize, and then we harvest. So similarly, business owners, don't just invest in your product. Your product doesn't sell itself. If it did, you wouldn't need a sales team. You need your salespeople to be inspired, motivated, driven, to take action every day in an environment that's challenging with competition, price wars, negativity, failure, rejection, complacency. You have to set your people aflame so they can go out and win the marketplace.
That's absolutely brilliant. And just finally, I just want to point out to our audience how they can get hold of you. And I know that one of the ways is on LinkedIn. You are very, very visible on LinkedIn. And also your website is fantastic.
Absolutely. I would say the first thing is go to LinkedIn. You'll probably get the most updated, the best, the current, the shares that doesn't happen on the website. Go to LinkedIn. There's lots of blogs, articles, videos. We're always promoting sales. We're always the art of selling. It's a dying art. Today, people don't say I'm a salesman. They say I'm in new business development. I'm an account executive. Sales is a dirty 5-letter swear word. But sales makes the world go around. So number one, get into LinkedIn. Number two, go to my website, vineshmaharaj.com. And if you want to get to the 15th, vineshmaharaj.com/sales domination. Hopefully it'll come up in the tag here below and you guys can click that link. Come and join us on the 15th. If not the 15th, the next event we do. This is the beginning of many. Glenda and I have made a commitment that we're going to bring the best culture, motivation, and sales training to KZN. And we'd love to partner with you and your business to help inspire, motivate, and level up your team.
Thank you so much, Vinesh. That has been an amazing talk. Thank you, Coffee Club, for letting us do this, and excited to see you again soon.